go a bit further. So from a cognitive scientific perspective, it's not the thinking itself that is the main motivating factor. It's the reward associated with successful thinking. And that reward could be an intrinsic motivation, aspect, personal achievement, accomplishment, sense of competence, but also other extrinsic motivators that the person derives from solving a problem, as Willingham points out. Look at this very carefully, because the implication of pedagogy is very big. We find successful thinking pleasurable. It's successful thinking, not thinking per se. So we like solving problems, understanding new ideas and so forth. That's an intrinsic aspect of being a person. But we seek opportunities to think. And we're selective in doing so. We choose problems that pose some challenge that seem likely to be solvable because they are the problems that lead to feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. So when we give students problems, so we really want to think about hitting the sweet spot and making sure that there is some meaningful perception on the part of students in terms of solving that problem. Yes, it's pleasurable to solve it, but if they find that it relates to their need and solves something that is really meaningful in their life situation, that's really the sweet spot. So let's have a look at the process of successful thinking. You may go back to my model of thinking and the types of thinking and the processes involved, the cognitive heuristics for each type of thinking. But this puts an organised structure on it. This is, from a cognitive neuroscience perspective, this is how it works. Successful thinking, in other words, to solve our problems, there's four key factors that are involved. One is the information from the environment, that we've got to take in information in order to make sense of the problem. And if that information from the environment is incomplete or faulty, there's going to be a problem. Having stuff, facts in long-term memory, procedures in long-term memory is crucial, because that's the way thinking works. It is actually taking in information from the environment and connecting it to what's already in our long-term memory system. It's activating the prior knowledge. The amount of space in working memory, as we know, working memory has a limited capability, and if there's too much information bouncing around in our working memory, and that's often because we don't have enough already in long-term memory, and the information from the environment is not too good, then if any one of these factors is inadequate, well, sometimes it could be more than one. Thinking will likely fail. Now, it's a nice picture here. It seems that the information in the environment is massive and the poor person is really struggling in working memory, and that's because there isn't sufficient in long-term memory to solve the problem. At the end of the day, when we have complete knowledge in long-term memory, then we're pretty good to go, because there isn't the cognitive load in working memory, and we can immediately recognise what's important in the external environment, because the information out there fits what's in our long-term memory. And here's the last summary slide here. For problems to be solved, the thinker needs adequate information from the environment, room in working memory, and the required facts and procedures in long-term memory. And that's why, if we go back to my tutorial on memory systems, long-term memory is the most important, the central cognitive structure, because if we've got pretty much everything in long-term memory, it's well organised, we understand everything, we're pretty good to go in solving any problem in that field. So when we talk about memory versus thinking, it's a redundant argument, as Willingham says, and